At this point, though, given the level of the decommissioning fund, safe store is a realistic likelihood, would you say? Is this something that you think, barring a change, is the route that seems
I think it's too early to say that. You know, we've got a long way to travel. We've got a lot of challenges ahead in terms of energy. We know that. But I just can't tell you that. All I can tell you is that in the last few weeks, my resolve has been strengthened that this governor and the congressional delegation need to work together to give the NRC a little more direction on safe store policies for America.
But they agreed to safe store in the 2002 sale. We don't really have any leverage over them.
Well, who agreed to safe store?
The state of Vermont.
Well, you know, it's funny you say that, because I know that the last administration presented that, but I was serving on the Finance Committee during the discussions of that sale. And I can remember with great clarity what really happened. There was alleged to be so much money in the decommissioning fund that safe store was never discussed. The question was, since we all knew that the plant was going to be taken away on time, on schedule, as promised to Vermonters when the plant was built, the only question was, who was going to get all the largesse, all the extra money that ratepayers had paid into the decommissioning fund when they were done taking it away, because there was so much money in there that they wouldn't need it all. And frankly, you may recall that the deal almost fell apart with Entergy at the last minute because CB and Green Mountain Power were having a disagreement with Entergy about who was going to get all the extra loot. So that was a discussion in 2002. I was here. And to suggest that safe store was discussed, I asked you to show me where. I sat in committees, never heard it anywhere. The question was, who was going to get all the loot, all the extra money, after it was decommissioned in 2012. There was also at that time no talk of extending a license past 2012. So let's not reinvent history here. To say that they agreed to safe store when it was built when it was bought in 2002, I ask you to show one press report or one public hearing that suggested that. That is revisionist history.
If the House goes along with the popular presidential vote bill, would you sign it?
Absolutely. You know, I believe that in the greatest democracy in the world, when we elect the most powerful leader of the greatest democracy in the world, it ought to be that the person who gets the most votes in a democracy becomes president of the United States. And I think the electoral college system has always puzzled me and puzzled most Americans. And why not have an election system where the person who gets the most votes wins?
You think it could diminish Vermont's voting value, so to speak?
You know, I've never bought that argument. I really haven't. You show me one presidential election where in the electoral system, Vermont's 3 electoral votes have made the difference between winning and losing.
But proportionally, that have those 3, population-wise, add up to greater clout than we would as a percentage of the total voting population.
I just really believe in democracy. I think one vote should be one vote, whether you're from Vermont or California. And the great thing about democracy is that the person who gets the most votes wins, unless you're running for president of the United States.